Ready? Okay, today I'm going to show you how to cover a book, a paperback book, with some laminate. All you need is your various size rolls of laminate and a good pair of cutting scissors and a fine pair of cutting scissors, and a pen is a good thing to have, and the book. So the first thing you're going to do is decide which laminate is the right size, and it comes in everything from like 8-inch to 14-inch. You want to pick a size that, when you line the book up, leaves you about an inch, 3/4 to a full inch on the top and the bottom of the book. So this one is way too much. That one's okay, but maybe a little much. This really is the right size for this book. So what you're going to do is cut off your piece that you're going to work with. Start by lining the book up with about an inch to the left of it, and then you can roll the book if you want to and leave an inch on the right side, or if it's easier, you can line it up there and go from that point. Maybe leave a little bit extra space for the short side of the book, plus another inch on the other side. So I'm going to cut right along these nice ruled lines that they provide. Okay, now I've got my laminate. The next thing that you're going to do is fold it in half to get a center crease. Make sure you do this before you peel off the backing, because then it will be impossible to fold when it's sticky. So after you've got your center crease, you can peel off the backing. If you can peel off the backing. Sometimes it comes off in 2 pieces, and that's fine. All right, I like to put it this way. You can leave it the other way if you prefer. Now you're going to take the book and line up the spine right on the crease, leaving about the equal amount of space on either side. So you're 3/4 of an inch above and 3/4 of an inch below, or an inch above and an inch below, and then press down. Next, you're going to roll it to one side and then to the other side, and try and do it without making wrinkles in the laminate. So I like to go to this side first, and I'll push it down, and then the other side, and push it down. Now you have to keep your hands in between, or keep it separated, otherwise the laminate will seal together and then you'll have a book sandwich. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut on a diagonal, like a triangle, off each of the 4 ends right up to the corner of the book. So, and it doesn't have to be exact, but you can cut that without cutting off the corner of the book. And the same on the next side. And then you can flip it over and do the same to the other 2 corners, and have a handy place to stick your excess sticky laminate. Get it out of the way. Okay, so now I've cut off the 4 sides. Now what you're going to do is you're going to start folding in the ends, the 3 sides on one side of the book and the 3 on the other. So I'll keep my hands in between to keep the 2 sides of the book from getting sealed together. And then you're going to pull the laminate right up to the edge of the book and press it down on this long side of the book. I'm going to do the 2 long sides first, and then I flip it over. Again, keep my hands in for separation. Fold it up and press that side down. Now, in order to fold in the top ends, we have to cut in to the spine to release this tape to make it foldable. So you're going to take your fine scissors, are usually the easiest, and you're going to cut in on an angle. It can be a wide angle, it can be a tighter angle. You don't want to go all the way to the spine because the book doesn't open that far. So leaving about 1/2 centimeter to the edge, you can cut in like that. Now that will enable me to now fold in this side of the book, if you can see, and then, you know, it released right there. So I was able to fold in that trapezoid, if you will. And I will do the same thing on the 3 other corners. If you don't cut enough, you can go back and cut it again. Like if you try to fold it in and it's getting stuck in the binding, then you could just go cut a little bit more. So for each of these now we'll fold it in. When we're done with that part, we will have all 6 sides folded in and have the book nicely wrapped. And for the last side, cut in like that. And I can use my hand to hold the other part of the book out of the way and fold it in. Just a couple more steps. Now I've got these little tabs left on the top and the bottom, and a nice precise pair of scissors is good to just snip off those tabs as close as you can get to the binding. Again on the other side. And the last step is smoothing it all out. So make sure it's pressed tight against the binding and give it a good rub down on all sides to help seal the laminate to the book. Sometimes, to no fault of your own, it can come out really bubbly. This one came out pretty good. I really don't see too many bubbles. But often you get like little bubbles, and what you can do if you get those is just have any kind of a pin or even your scissors, and you just poke the bubbles and then press around them. If you do a really bad job and it has a big wrinkle, you can try to peel the laminate back once you do that first fold over, but sometimes it will take some of the book cover with it. So usually best to just try and use a pin to work out the bubbles. And that is the end. So now if you look on the inside, you've got the 3 sides that are folded in, and similarly on this side. And you have a nicely covered book that will hopefully weather the children a little bit better. Thanks.